choose our soundtrack for the continuation of the fight, I will wait for someone to give me the recapitulation.
Uh, well, yeah.
Oh,
Had a
also,
had a done it in a bit.
okay. Also, guys, this my Twitch channel is just $10 off for completing the required amount of ads and sort of all stuff that I can then withdraw the money. So after 2 years plus streaming, finally I will receive something. So starting
Woo!
today, I have this new. Let's try this. I don't know how to call it, but this collective effort to make the money on Twitch appears. So if everyone can join on and turn off your AD blockers and that good stuff and watch through all the ads, hopefully we can finish off this. Finally, I think it's $50 that when I can finally withdraw the money. Anyways,
So, if you guys aren't familiar, mute the tab, not actually on the front. Like, don't mute in the browser window. Mute the tab. Because like Twitch has some like weird algorithm that recognizes if it's muted. So if you mute the tab, it's better.
I just put it on my phone.
Same.
Works too. Yeah.
Give me a sec.
Ooh, we're feeling intense vibes tonight.
Yeah, I was like, I thought for a second that was 1 week at Angel. I was like, oh, he's gonna fucking kill us.
Okay, but here's a request for the when we actually face off with like Belmore the next time. One Winged Angel does have to make an appearance in the big.
Oh,
Yam
obviously. Like, we'll all make suggestions for the final battle playlist.
Yeah, please do. We're gonna make a
fight. Spin fight, the weapon fight music for Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. Hey, why do I hear boss music in this random encounter?
All right.
Okay, Urist,
Aye.
you're chosen by the dice.
All right. On the last episode of Per Aspera ad Infinitum, our merry or not so merry band of heroes managed to escape the confines of the underground maze with a lot of question and another encounter with the mysterious Mr. P, who everyone loves /s. But as usual, he posed a riddle who was promptly solved by our heroes, and in so doing gained his help by doing a bad imitation of Dio Brando and stopping time, because there was a veritable army of guard waiting for us on the other side of the door that led to freedom, and so we could make our escape. While traveling overland in the mountains, going up north and trying to actually gain ground from any potential not follower, what's the word, chaser,
Pursuer. Yeah.
any potential chaser, and a close call with the Griffon Rider, who almost Shanghai Urist in their little order of authoritarians, shall we say. For a better word should not be said here. They met a group of goats, and one particular goat who seemed oddly intelligent and oddly curious about them. Dara, being Dara, immediately tried to befriend it. It ended up being a shapeshifted druid. And a hot one. Because Ariel, our DM, likes to give us extremely hot NPCs. So, she decided to ask for our help in healing a tree because she's still learning how to druid, apparently, and ended up being possessed by Ned's ex-patron, Squidly, because Ned finally made the decision while we were camping during a dream sequence to let go of his warlock powers and sever the contract with Squidly, since Squidly expressed an unhealthy interest in the artifact that they were carrying. So Squidly decided to take matters into its own hands and turned into a humanoid mass of worms, which is currently intent on kicking our collective asses. And here's how this episode opens. Roll credits.
Woohoo! Amazing.
God, we even share an X. It's meant to be.
It's not me, it's you.
Ned, get your head out of your balls. You're gonna die.
Urist, with that, you are now the happy owner of a D10 to be spent wisely during this session. That
You mean the next round. Yes.
Yes.
that
What do you mean? We all roll really well all the time.
right.
Mhm.
That shall take no much longer to start then. Right now. So the fight is heavy. The fight is hard. Both sides bleeding. Both sides being hurt, but also dealing lots of damage. Let's see who shall prevail. Starting right now with Chandara. It is your turn.
Okay. First, I'm gonna move right here. And I'm going to, for my action, I'm going to pop out my Twilight Sanctuary. So that should, I think, oh no, I gotta go one more over, sorry. I'm gonna go right here. And I'm going to pop it out so everybody will get that, which is 1d6 plus my spellcasting modifier, temporary hit points on their turn. Or no, plus my cleric level, so it's 9 HP.
Awesome.
That everybody will get on their turn. And then I'm also going to, now because I am within touch, I'm going to put a second level cure wounds into Ned.
And it's top of our turn that we get the temp HP, right? Okay.
This is
So
an
you
area
get-
surrounding you, right?
Yeah, 30 feet.
30. Okay. You should be able to see it, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's it for everybody.
And then
Got-
Ned, you get 17 HP right now.
Cool. I'm back up to 26. I am still in immense danger, but not in as much danger.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So it's my turn now? It's my turn now.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm going to move down to like here. And let me toss my temp HP in. And I'm gonna quicken spell, cast a 4th level guiding bolt at her. So 22 to hit, and that means it does 7d6 of radiant damage. Hold on. So it's 19 points of radiant damage because I rolled like garbage.
That's a lot of 2s.
Yeah. Radiant, right?
Yeah. So that's my bonus action. And then I am going to use my action to cast a firebolt at her. That's a 27 to hit. So that is 2d10. Jesus. I have 7 points of fire damage at her.
Yeah.
And then go ahead, and and whoever's next gets advantage on the next attack against her.
Right. And so that is it for your turn?
That's my turn. Yeah.
So after that, I shall make... You're at full HP, Blythe?
I haven't taken a hit yet.
Okay. So let's see to change that, okay?
Let's change that, yeah.
I'll spend my 2 of my... yeah, I think I have all my legendary actions because I was the last one to go. So
Yes.
I did the last session. Okay, so I'll play as if I have all my, my legendary actions. Okay, so I'll make an Eldritch Bolt attack against you.
Silver barbs.
Silvery. Okay,
Mhm.
second one. 13.
That still hits because I didn't toss Mage Armor on. So.
Do we want to...
No, because my AC is 12 with Mage Armor, so it's fine. It's fine. I think it's gonna hit me regardless. To be honest.
Yeah, I
don't
rolled a
have full
5
HP.
on the
Yeah.
so.
Okay, so 9 of that, so I take 14 to my actual HP. 62 minus 14 is 40.
Little kitty.
So go ahead and give Urist advantage.
Thank you.
Okay. So now it's Vida or Urist, whoever wants to go first. But whoever.
Vida, she has the highest dex.
Okay.
She goes first.
So Vida, you have advantage to hit the Larva Mage, and you also gain 10 HP because you're inside the Twilight. Vida?
Yep, I'm here. Alright, so temp HP, taking the shot.
You have advantage because of guiding bolt.
Take the shot.
Alright. Take the shot. So 23 to hit.
Can I help you?
And damage. Oh yeah. 29 to hit. Or damage.
Oh my god.
He's got like 1 hit point.
It's a
Alright.
1-digit health bar, that much I can say.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Finish it off.
Let's do it, Urist. You got advantage too.
No.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
do.
yes, but
I
it
get it.
cancels the
Oh.
disadvantage from being blind.
Right.
Okay.
Before that, Vida, do you have anything else, or are you just going to
Um,
pass the turn?
I can't hit the same creature with Wheels from the Grave, otherwise I would.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, I will spend probably my last legendary action to see if I can do something against this dwarf that's coming next. So it's my melee attack, so I can only hit Urist.
Okay. 4 bludgeoning damage for me. I'm already poisoned,
Yeah.
blind, restrained, perplexed.
Just-
all the
Just
good
Just having a
things.
bad time. It's just a real bad time.
Real bad time.
I sit at 35, but I gain 9 from the Twilight Sanctuary, so
Homie.
I hop back at 44. I do have to make a concentration check because I had Thundering Smite up.
Good.
What's the DC?
Half the damage you took, so I think 11,
Wow.
yeah?
12.
12. Okay.
24 damage you took. Yeah.
No, he only
Or,
took, he
no,
only took
28.
4 damage. 4 points of damage.
Oh, 4 damage. Yeah, then it's just a 10.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's still up.
Yeah.
So, bam! I roll to attack. Please hit. Please hit. Please hit. Please hit. Go.
A
It's a
16 is
Yes.
enough to just what you need.
Okay, that's 20 blunt damage plus 2d6 thunder damage.
Done.
Hopefully. She enters her worm
Plus
form.
10 thunder damage, and he has to roll a strength save or be yeeted 10 feet away from me.
It doesn't need to make any save because it's Urist. As you're blinded, restrained, and poisoned. Yet through your warrior senses, through your warrior's intuition, you're still able to sense the creature's position and keep your strength to your arms so you can bash your blade onto it. Before, as you're making raising your arms to smash it, the creature says once again with the same wet tone to its voice, "This is not over yet." And how do you do it?
Okay, so basically Urist raises his arm to swing his chain with his eyes closed. He feels sick to his stomach, and his thoughts go to his friends, his family, and he reaches upwards to the tempestuous skies and says, "Help me save them." And then he swings. There's a thunder in the sky an instant before the chain connects, and there's boom, and everybody hears something like a dragon roaring as the thing explodes in a shower of worms.
Exactly. The creature, the physical body, ceases to stand still, but instead, thousands and thousands of worms fly everywhere, starts to scatter. And now you may all
Okay. Urist looks at Ned and goes like, God, that was disgusting.
Yeah, now you know why we broke up.
Okay. On a scale of all your flings, that's like at least 2 notches up the bartender's wife at the Red Tankard.
Okay, look, we don't. Bethany was a nice woman, and she doesn't deserve that kind of disrespect. Yeah, her eye was a little crooked, but that's not her fault.
She tried to poison you.
Okay, but I kind of deserved it. How was I supposed to know that she was going to want to run away with me? Not my fault. We're getting lost in the sauce. The point is, a very beautiful woman who was apparently dating my ex just exploded. And like, you know, all hypotheticals aside, I cannot love a girl if she is turned into a worm.
Well,
Never say never, Ned. Things are gonna get weirder from here on out.
Worms aren't that far off from tentacles.
When nobody's looking, Ned scoops up a worm and drops it in his pocket.
You're gonna regret that. Ariel's gonna make you regret it.
Yep. You just got rid of your warlock status. Come on.
I can fix you.
Do I see that with passive perception?
Yes, you would. I guess.
I whisper in Urist's ear about it.
I'm just gonna use the tip of my bow and start pushing the squished wormies off the bridge into the water.
Ned, what's in your pocket?
Would you believe an assortment of jelly beans?
No, put that down. This instant.
I mean, a nice girl, she explodes into worms.
No. Ned? No.
Higher standards for yourself, Ned.
Higher standards? I'm not going to date the worm.
Have higher standards.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Come on, you're a part of the family. We have to look out for you.
Anybody signs me up for speed dating, I'm going to make them sleep with Urist.
Sorry,
Do you want to take like a short rest or something while we before we head out again?
I would like that
Down
very
on the
much.
bridge, please.
No. Like a nice little maybe. But yeah. You look rough, Ned.
Can somebody guide me? I'm still technically blind.
Oof.
Blythe
Yeah.
just comes behind him and like puts her hands on his shoulders and points him in the direction and like pushes.
Okay. Onward I go.
This way.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah.
I don't think things are going to get easier in these mountains from here.
Ned just kind of sadly trudges off.
Wait, so was she always... She was a goat, and then she was a hot chick, and then she was worms? Was she always worms and just pretending to be a person pretending to be a goat? Or was she actually a goat?
I think that's a lot of women, Dar, if we get down to it.
I've never been a goat.
I was going to say, do women up here pretend to be goats? Because I have lots of questions now. And are women actually worms?
No.
Am I worms?
No. Trust me.
No.
You're not worms.
Dar, you can be anything you want to be.
I don't want to be worms.
Don't keep your
Except
dreams
worms.
from becoming reality.
Please don't be worms.
I don't want to be worms.
Blythe, would you love your girlfriend if she was a worm?
Yes.
It's okay to say no.
It'll be very, very difficult.
I imagine Blythe just goes absolutely pale at the moral implications of that question. Oh
It
god.
was a solid, like, bisexual panic pause. Like, the gay panic in the eyes was very intense.
If that was an argument because we had you drop the worm, it isn't working. It's
All right.
not working. You cannot change our minds. And Dara, we have to talk.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh good, somebody in trouble who's not me. I'm gonna go take a nap.
You do that. We'll take care.
Ned goes and
Yeah.
climbs up in a tree and falls asleep.
Wait. Can he see well enough to do that?
Oh, it's a very short tree, and he falls several times trying to get it.
What was more hit points before resting?
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I think we take a short rest.
Yes. During the short rest. Dara, come here.
I like go and sit beside Urist, but like very much that like kid who was caught with their hand in the cookie jar. Just like, hi Urist.
All right. Now, it is time that you and I have a very serious talk.
About how beautiful the day is today?
No. About the fact that you willfully refuse to learn.
I don't know what willfully means, but I don't think I'm doing that.
Okay. Now, I will make you some examples. Remember when I ran off by myself because I heard that scream and we all ended up neck deep in screaming undead? Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I saved your butt? Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, exactly. Remember when Blythe read the cursed book and we all saved her butt?
Yes, that was very scary.
Okay. Remember when we were in the dungeon and Bunny moved the skull and the skull fireballed us all?
Yes.
And we saved her butt?
Yes.
Remember when you befriended a bugbear and we ended up fighting chickens that turned people to stone?
Okay, but to be fair, the bugbear was actually really nice. He was a really nice guy. His chickens were evil, and I didn't try to befriend the chickens, just the bugbear. And he was really nice, and he's still stone, but we got really good jerky out of it. So really, it wasn't that bad.
The jerky made it all be worth it.
Okay. That is what in common parlance is called a whataboutism. But that's not my point. My point is that after each of us made a stupid decision and got his butt saved, they came back and they said, I'm sorry, I will not do it again. We all learned from that experience and never did it again. You, sister, seem to make the same mistake the same way every time. And every time you are so sorry, and I am sure that you will be sorry the next time, and the next time, and the next time, and the next time. Until something happens and it's something that there will be no repair to. And then I ask myself, how sorry will you be? You need to grow up.
I don't understand what my mistake is, though. Like, she asked for help. Isn't that what we do? We help. How was I supposed to know she was actually a massive worm creature?
No. It all started because you saw a goat and wanted to be friends with a goat while we were on the run from literally a whole country.
Yeah, it was a goat. It was a goat. How was I supposed to know that the goat was actually a hot titty girl who was actually a worm monster? That doesn't normally happen.
I know that doesn't normally happen, but you should not. You should have ignored the goat just as I should have ignored the scream, and Blythe should have been cautious with the book, and I should not have run off. When, if it happened once, it's forgivable, but you keep doing it. Do you not realize it?
But I have to prove that I'm good.
You don't have to. We all know that you're good.
Do we?
Yes.
Because the things that you're accusing me of talking to and trying to be friendly with are just like me. I'm a monster to you guys.
You're not.
But if you came across me without knowing who I was, you would think that I was one of those things that should be dealt with or ignored. Right? If you met me, you didn't know me, we weren't in Thorpe together, and you just saw me in the woods, what would you think to do? To kill me. Or ignore me.
Yes, and you forget that the first time I met you in that tavern, I did not kill you or ignore you. Life is not black or white.
No, I know that, which is why I'm saying I won't stop trying to make friends with people, and I won't stop trying to help people who ask for help. And if that makes me a risk, I'm sorry, but that's what I'm here to do. And I don't know how to be any way else. And it's not that I need to grow up. Like, honey, I'm old. I've been around a long time. Not really around, because I was really only underground, but it was for a long time. And I've seen some scary shit, and I know what the world is capable of. But I will always keep trying to make it brighter. And I'm sorry if that's not something that you like. I mean, we're already in some pretty hairy shit, and we're all pretty capable. And I've literally died for us and for what we want to do. I will always do that. But I won't stop trying to figure out who I am above ground and help those who ask for it. That's something that I learned from you, Urist.
Look, all I ask is that you exercise a bit of judgment. Okay?
You've met me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will still pull your ass of whatever situation you put us in. That's a no-brainer. Cause like you're my sister. I will always pull you out by your hair.
I know. And I will always kick your ass to not be so grumpy and enjoy some flowers every now and again.
Fine. I said my piece.
You can always say your piece.
Do what you will about it.
Ned leans over to Blythe.
Blythe.
I don't like it when Mom and Dad fight.
I think gonna go up. I think Blythe's just gonna go up to Dara and hold her hand and say to her very softly, "Please don't ever stop trying to talk to the goats.
I won't.
It's beautiful."
Thanks. But I do understand Urist's point. I do have a tendency to be a little rash and make friends with things that sometimes want to kill us. But I won't give up. And Urist will kick my ass, and I'll make him a flower crown. It'll be great. He forgets.
And-
He sleeps longer than I do.
That will be beautiful too.
Ned yells to the tree, talk to more goats. I like it when they turn into beautiful women.
No, we need to get Ned a friend.
Ned, I'm trying to instill some common sense here and you're not helping.
There will be no common sense while I am present. There will not be a thought between those ears.
It was a goat. Who would have known? Like, we can't live in fear.
Plus, like, what if she had been just a super cool badass druid with really great tits, and then Ned had a girlfriend and didn't turn into a worm monster and everything was fabulous? I mean, I've gotten us into some shitty situations, but I've gotten us into some pretty good ones too.
She was so tall. I like it when they're tall.
I'm gonna go sit
I want to be small boy.
Urist is gonna go sit next to Vida and look absolutely dejected. Nobody understands me.
I'm going to spend the rest of the long rest making Urist a flower crown. And then as we're like finishing, I'm just gonna like put it on his head and just kind of like put my head on his shoulder and just be like, I appreciate you, and I appreciate you smashing bugs. And know that while we have different outlooks on the world, I look up to you, and you're kind of my compass of what's right and what's wrong. So I appreciate you, and I will take what you said to heart, and I'll try to listen. I'm not the smartest, but I'll try.
Thank you. I guess this is enough. Nobody understands me.
That's
And that
not
makes
true,
you one of us.
Smashy. That's not true. I understand where you're coming from, but you have to understand, we're all very headstrong, very strong-willed people. We don't make the best decisions, but it's that fact that makes us who we are.
And I understand where you're coming from. I refuse to live in fear of everything we come across. I think there's a fine line between being cautious and letting everything become the enemy.
Maybe. I will be cautious for both of us then.
I look at it this way. Worst thing that could have happened to me already did. What's the worst that could happen now?
Oh,
Don't say it!
Why? It's not like there's somebody. It's not like there's somebody's listening who's gonna actively make our lives difficult. That's crazy.
Ned, don't tempt the fates, please.
Oh,
Yes.
God. Okay. Why didn't I prepare silence today?
Ned, you need sleep. You're not doing well. Aren't you still, like, really messed up?
Incredibly. I feel like I'm going to die, but I will never pass up an opportunity to be a snarky. And it just sick over the side of the tree.
Oh.
Do you need like healing?
No, I'm good. I need a snack and a nap. There's some treats in my bag if anybody wants some.
Okay.
We're taking a short rest, right?
Yeah, that's what they're all guys.
Yeah, anybody who wants to, if anybody needs it, they can add an additional D8 and a D6 from me.
Nice. I am maxed out, but
Just good.
We
Yeah.
use like 3 hit
Don't
dice.
don't have these hit dice rolls.
Like
Ugh.
when Ned says there's a snack, like he's prepared like a full like 3-course meal in the bag of holding.
Charcuterie.
23. Okay.
DM, what time is it now, approximately?
In the day, yeah.
I kind of want to say
Cool.
that it's nearing night time, but I don't remember
Okay.
if it contradicts the last session. I don't really remember what time it was.
No, it sounds about right. It was late afternoon.
Yeah, let's say.
Yeah, we've been
you-
walking.
Yeah,
you
because we
only
spent a
took
good amount of time.
You only
Mhm.
took a short one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So at the end of it, let's say is dusk time.
I can get a little bit more temple in.
Do we want to walk until it's dark and then make camp? Just to be
Or
sure.
Or maybe at least until we find a good place for me to throw up my little hut.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
That sounds like
If-
a good idea, Dara.
If anybody's got a torch, I can make it brighter.
Why would you want to do that?
So we can see.
Oh, right.
You're still blind.
I know.
Oh,
I think the rest of us have dark vision, though. Yeah.
I do not.
Do you need me to unblind you? Can I unblind you? I might have
How
to
long does
unblind you.
how long does the blinded condition last for, Ariel?
The creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns and in the effect on itself on a success.
Oh, so I've probably been unblind for like a full like I've probably been unblind the whole time, and Ned just opens his eyes, and go, "Oh, they work now."
Yeah, I
We're
think
just
I think the blindness is like a bunch of worms in your face.
Yes.
yeah.
Ooh.
We're just not gonna mention I've been able to see that whole time.
Eye worms.
Good, because I didn't prepare the spell to make you unblind, because I'm a terrible cleric.
That's okay.
Now, in retrospect, the arguments of Urist and Nara, I picture Urist screaming at no one because he was blinded the whole time, and Nara right here actually.
Dara's like, I'm over here.
He is a seeing eye bunny.
Right.
So yeah, I think we'd probably keep walking until dawn. At this point, it's probably safer to travel under cover of night anyway. It makes us harder to see.
Yes.
Oh, I like that
especially
idea.
since we got like flying
especially
patrols.
we've got flying patrols, and we're traveling with someone who can basically give us built-in night vision goggles.
And I can-
Do we know anything about what lives around here, or maybe live at night?
What was that,
Sorry,
Lauren?
what?
Like, would we know anything about like what might be live at night that doesn't come out during the daytime? Because a lot of predators.
Your mic's kind of breaking up a bit, Lauren.
Huh, that's weird. Is that better?
I think she's asking if we know anything about the area
Like
and any
predators,
natural
like-
predators that might be
Like things
lurking.
that might come at night, because things hunt more in the night.
It's actually much easier.
Right. So that's my only thing, is what we know about the predators in this area, like what might be out at night.
All right.
I think that's a DM call on that. I don't know how much time any of us have spent in the mountains at night.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm asking Ariel, is what would we know, or can we make a roll for some knowledge?
Obviously, I would say a nature check,
Okay.
but only one nature check, so whoever has
Take a bardic.
Okay.
the others
I've got
I've got a +3. I don't know about anybody else.
Same. I don't think anyone would have any better. Because it's
-1.
+0.
You do it since I was the one who brought it up. Just as a.
I'll guide you as well.
I'll give you help.
Just give you a back rub.
Cool. Okay, that's better.
That's
And
a
then-
yeah. My bardic's a D8.
And then D4 for guidance is 23. I actually hold on to the because I think 23 is okay. So I have 23 nature roll.
Okay, so regarding the natural hazards of the area, right?
Like, would I know anything about, like, are there things that are more prevalent out night out here, like wolves, coyotes, that kind of stuff?
Mhm. Okay. So you know that usually on the woods, on the plains near the rivers, the one thing you have to keep your eyes up about are jaguars, but they aren't as common near the mountain ranges. So that would open a space for other predators, as you said, wolves, coyotes, but they're both weaker and uh, yeah, overall less dangerous, less. You aren't as
Concerned.
worried about them.
Okay.
uh, but you're nearing the swamps of Tayug, so you can expect some of the creatures from there to be venturing a little farther away from the swamps and probably near the borders. So that
Okay.
means you can expect some creatures like giant frogs, like poisonous snakes.
Oh.
Probably.
Ultimately, not like a dumb idea to travel at night. Like, there's nothing immediately saying we would be in extra danger by traveling at night. Okay.
And in regards to monsters, there's no way you could predict.
Okay.
Just like you couldn't predict what this whole situation with the druid was going to happen, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're traveling through the night,
Into the evening. Yeah.
the evening. Okay.
All night, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Say like aiming to make camp by like dawn, like right around that like right before dawn period would be my guess.
Yeah, because then we can hide under the bubble.
Mhm.
Okay, kind of makes sense. Cool. So, this is me choosing someone at random. In this case, I'm using the Discord to define which order is it. So the third people from top to bottom on Discord is Vida, third person actually. So Vida, the moon shines and you're traveling for hours now. It is probably past midnight at this point, where all of a sudden, Vida, you hear a voice in your head. You look around and no one seems to be phased or to be weirded out by the voice, so that makes clear that it's only happening in your mind. And it's a human or humanoid, better saying, voice, which talks to you in the common tongue and refers to you by name. It says, oh, "This is Karavida, I suppose. I have an important message from a friend of yours. If possible, meet us in Monsdomos, or answer with another place of meeting." And the last word doesn't seem to be connected to the rest of the message. It almost sounds like a signature at the end, because the last word is simply Clovis. But this is not Clovis' voice. You would have recognize him. And Vida, judging by your arcane knowledge, you would probably understand this as a sending spell. Which you know the you know the rules, so you know you can answer, and the caster can hear your answer.
So, quick aside. Does the reply have to come verbally or mentally, or can I let the others know and then respond?
You can send a message? No?
Because I think it just says you can reply. It doesn't specify a time.
And can answer in a like manner immediately.
It's a duration of one round. So.
Yeah, and you have to answer in a like manner immediately. So you have only 25 words. The same rules.
Telepathic.
So, do we just want to tell them where we're headed, or give them another place, or what do you guys think?
I don't trust it.
Throw him off our trail.
Yeah, somewhere else.
We didn't like this Clovis guy, right?
Nope.
He was just, like, yeah.
Full politician. No.
Yeah. We don't have time to backtrack.
Yeah. I'd tell him no phone.
Wasn't Clovis the one that we went through
mission with?
Yeah. We went underground with.
I mean, maybe we can swoop back after Tayug to Thorpe, but it'll be a while.
But even then, if it didn't sound like Clovis, I wouldn't trust it.
But I think he has to. I think he has to answer. She has to answer now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I think we'll be out of. I think say we'll be gone for a while. Keep in touch. We might reconnect at Thorpe. It's not a lie, but it doesn't tell them where we're going.
Vita's gonna respond with. Vita's replies mentally. Can you tell me what this pertains to? We are not in town right now and won't be for some time. Is this important? I think that gives me, that's 24 words.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I guess the last word will just be Vita.
Okay. You can wait for some 5-10 minutes maybe, but you hear no reply.
Doesn't have it left. Huh?
About
we just don't have time to double back, and us in Mons Domos is not a good idea right now.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't have time for that anyways, and it's rather suspicious this comes, like, right now.
Yeah.
So...
I mean, Clovis is a bad guy. I just worried. It's a distraction, I think.
It's a setup.
Yes, it is a setup.
What if they're gonna hurt him?
The King's agents or the Court's agents.
I mean,
trying
if he
to get
tells
us back to a trap.
He was there.
That's my thing. Is if
the
Crown got their hands on him, he could tell them all about us.
I mean, but I don't think we'll get back in time to stop that.
No, I'm saying
about
it's
that-
probably walking into a trap.
Yeah.
What about that big muscly guy who y'all did that dungeon with? Do you want to, like, what if he's there?
No, I'm good.
Abathar?
Really?
We
You
could
didn't like
probably
him?
No, I did.
They didn't like him very much.
He was a nice guy.
Full
He was
disclosure, I
loud.
was a little disturbed at not having you with us, and I was kind of a bitch. But I didn't want him replacing you.
All right, then I guess we won't. I guess we won't ask about him.
But that's not a bad idea. I wonder if we could. Does
if we
anybody
get a
know how
reply.
to talk in people's heads? Sounds really
I can
cool.
do it if you're close. And then I like shoot a message spell at Dara and I say, just like this. But
I can do it.
Do it. I can do it.
I have more range on mine. And Ariel, I want to talk to you about the first level aberrant mind source for telepathy. Useless on its own, but I have a bit of a longer range telepathy.
No, like
But
I know how to do the sending spell.
oh, you do?
But I don't know
Yeah.
who
Really?
to direct it to.
Clavis?
Like,
I can send it right to Clavis.
yeah, see if he actually was trying to get a hold of us then.
just let him
And
know that
if he
you're here
asks-
to like, yeah.
If he asks, like, where we are, where we're headed, tell him we're searching for a powerful artifact in Turvin.
Turban.
Don't
Okay.
tell him anything else.
Okay. So I'm going to cast sending, and I'm going to say, "Hey, Clovis. Did you just send a message to Vita, or was it someone else? Are you okay?"
Love you. Bye.
Love you.
Can reply to this
Bye.
message.
Hugs and kisses.
Yeah.
So
XOXO.
XO.
Gossip girl.
Okay. Dara, and you receive a reply immediately saying yes. And this time it on Clovis's own voice, okay? He replies, "Yes, I did. And I spent 300 gold on it." Didn't know you could do it.
Well,
I have some leads on artifacts.
Oh.
We might have to go back, I guess.
tell him to meet us in Tayug.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can't tell him today. I can tell him tomorrow.
We'll tell him
XOXO.
tomorrow.
Just because I don't think I can get a third level back with my
Your
harness
recovery?
divinity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can only get a first level spell slot back. So
Okay.
Right.
Tell him tomorrow.
I will message him again tomorrow, or sending him.
He's just sitting there waiting for a reply.
Supposed to be super smart. He was there with the elves. Obviously, we'd be going for another artifact. The best guess would be that we're going to Tayug. It's the closest. Come on, academic,
Right.
think.
Yeah,
We'll
he
talk to him
doesn't-
tomorrow. It's fine.
Okay. So you continue on traveling north.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this might be a good time. You said this was like 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Do you maybe want to rest now?
If we
we're
do it
gonna have to
now,
go
we're
back and
basically
meet him.
traveling all day.
But if we have to go back to meet him, we don't want to go further north, right? Well, I guess never mind. Let's keep going. We're gonna have him meet us there. Never mind. I'm lying. I'm tired.
Tell him to meet us at
Ignore
the
me.
Wizards College at Alma Mater.
Yeah. Ignore me.
Okay, so
We're
forward.
gonna keep walking. Yeah, we're gonna keep going until dawn.
Okay. So you keep on traveling north as your main goal. I mean, you won't get back to Mons Domus, right? See if he can meet you.
We're not going back there. Yeah.
Okay.
It
Perfect.
seems like a big danger if we go to Mons Domus.
Yeah, right now, bad idea.
How long to stop for a rest?
Dawn was when we said. Probably like
Yeah.
like 5 or 6 maybe.
Perfect. So, to meet up with your long rest in the game, let's take us a short rest in real life, and be back in 5 minutes, shall we?
Let's do it.
Okay. See you in 5.
See you in 5.
Bye. I need to go take the trash out.
Doop 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 doop. Who's still here?
I'm here.
So I just kind of realized earlier today just how broken I could make Vita if I switched to close range combat. If I took Warcaster, I could cast Booming Blade as an attack of opportunity, getting a melee attack in, and as they continue moving, they take the damage from the blade.
Yep, Warcast Booming Blade is like easily one of the best spells to use on Warcaster.
I didn't realize until I was looking at it earlier. I'm like, wait a sec. Ooh, that's nasty. But I don't know. We'll see. Depends on if I find magic melee weapons. Oh, shoot. How? No, we don't know anything about Tayug and Alma Mater, really.
Nope.
I'm gonna say, how are we gonna approach this? But yeah, that's gonna be fly by the seat of our pants.
Hopefully Ariel can give us some lore dump.
I mean, he probably will. We'll probably reach the outskirts before we quit, and then it'll be switching over to the hunters. Shabba-dabba-da. Yes.
That was just my weekly run around and take all the trash out because I forgot before D&D routine.
Yeah.
Because Tuesday's our trash day.
Mm.
I always remember to like do the litter that day because I have one of the litter boxes where like I have to change weekly stuff in it. It's not like a clay box, so like I always do it on Monday night because it's trash day the next day, so it's not sitting in the trash can all week. But
Yeah, it gets a little stinky.
yeah, but then I never remember to do the other stuff, like take the rest of the garbage out, or like roll the can to the curb, that stuff. So. And yeah, it's such a like weird balance because like I understand our characters are obviously mistrustworthy of things. Things are whack right now, but at the same time, that doesn't always make for the most interesting gameplay of like avoid.
Yeah. Part of why I love Dara, because everybody else is like danger, and Dara's like friend. Like,
yeah, Ned and Dara
Devonlynne
are
is
kind of the. Oh, go ahead.
Devonlynne is 100% suspicious of Clovis right now. Dara is like, I mean, you took me underground and I don't like that, but other than that, we're buds, we're cool, we're friends. I don't suspect anything.
Ned and Dara are kind of the beautiful, friendly, idiot children of this party.
Blythe has her own form of idiocy.
Oh, we all do.
It's a little bit of that mage hubris. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine.
A little bit of arrogance.
I find
a little bit of autistic bunny.
Fair. I find sometimes in D&D parties, players have a hard time role-playing their characters' flaws and really focus on like being like very heroic and perfect all the time. Whereas I find our party is like flaws.
We are fuck up.
Yeah.
It's just so much more compelling to tell a story that way. Like, it's like, because we're also very heroic and very impressive and play up our heroic moments as well. Like,
it's
but we
the
like
fact
to
that we're
earn
so flawed that makes us so heroic.
We want to earn them.
Yeah. But our flaws are also not super edgy and annoying. They're just like dynamic flaws, like actually baked into a character, not just like, oh, I picked this off of a flaw table.
Right.
And I really appreciate that about like all of the characters.
Well, and I like that our characters can disagree without us like taking it personally. Like
yeah.
Like it makes things so much more engaging and interesting, I think.
Like Dara and Urist have very similar ideals, but very different ways of going about it. And yeah, we disagree 110% about how to go about it, but it's not like it's not like a sore point. It's just like we're able to in character have that disagreement but be totally cool.
Exactly.
Right.
Plus, like, Urist can't stay mad at you. This is fucking impossible.
Well, it goes back to like when they ran into the forest to go fight those undead people. Like, player Lauren was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be a fun fight. Let's go do that." Blythe was like, "No, you fucking idiots! We have children here. We're responsible for." Like,
You live, you learn.
you don't.
Or you don't.
I haven't learned a lesson yet, and I won't if I refuse to learn one now.
To be fair, as players, it's obvious that the goat was something, but like as characters, there's no reason any character would believe the goat would turn into a worm monster.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Especially
Yeah.
especially Dara, who like genuinely doesn't truly understand how goats work at this point. Like knows
Yeah.
what goats are and has kind of seen them around and interacted with them a little bit, but would not know that this goat is acting strange. Would just know this goat wants to be my friend.
How were we supposed to know the goat was a solid 8 out of 10?
Right?
excuse me, the goat druid lady was a 10 out of 10.
God, she really was. You're making it hurt more. Stop.
As a worm lady, she was 8 out of 10.
But she was. I didn't want to bring it up. Thanks. Like, yeah.
We'll find
Anyways.
Anyways.
Ned's gonna meet some brainy chick who won't put up with his bullshit and fucking alma mater.
Do we successfully get a long rest?
You did. You wake up
Huzzah.
well rested. And a new day rises. What do you do now?
We keep
should-
marching, I guess.
We should message Clovis.
No, stop.
Figure out what we
Like-
want to tell him.
I mean, if he has information about the artifacts, we should talk to him, right? I mean,
just
maybe
wanted- Go ahead.
do we tell him that we'll meet him after Tayug?
Oh, to meet us in Tayug. We're probably gonna be there for a while, so he has some time to get there.
Maybe.
Shall we meet us in alma
first
mater?
determine if the crown has him by said testicles?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe we
I-
don't tell him we're going to Tayug directly and have him meet us
I-
somewhere after.
I might have something for that.
What's
Like, I
that?
might have something to. I have the spell Clairvoyance.
Oh.
Fitting.
Yeah, I picked a spell that was literally named for Claire.
I love that.
Oh, I have that one too. I just never prepare it.
Hang on, I thought I did.
I'm still picking my spells, so.
Do you have your
Sorry.
boots of focus? Yeah.
Yeah, my spells have been all fucked up since I changed. Hang on.
Oh, but we're more than a mile away.
For what?
Clairvoyance you have to place it within a mile.
Oh, I do. Shit.
Yeah. But like once we get back somewhere, it might be able to.
Okay. Shit. Yeah. Also, as I'm looking at it, I realized I do not have clairvoyance. I get that next level. I took hypnotic pattern instead. Oh well.
I'm a fan of I do worry if we tell him to meet us in Tayug and he's being held, we are going to get ambushed because they'll be able to move faster than we are. If he's being held captive and they're going to hurt him if we don't tell him anything, I feel badly about that.
Yeah, that doesn't feel good on my insides.
So I think maybe if we tell him someplace to meet after Tayug.
Do we want to meet in... So, do we want to meet back in Thorpe? Or what's left of Thorpe?
I wouldn't hate checking on him. If they're
We could
holding
stop
him, I don't want.
if we're going to be heading back to Thorpe, then I think our stop after Tayug would probably be to be heading to Tearful Moon.
Yeah, I was gonna assuming that was gonna be our next spot, anyways.
Yeah,
Or we wouldn't. Maybe we go to a ship to try and go up north.
Yeah.
We're already that close, though.
I just once we get out of Tayug, it's all kind of uncharted territory. If we got a boat east of Thorpe, we might be able to get up to Hadria at least.
Let's tell him to meet us in Thorpe, and tell him it'll be a couple of weeks, so he has some time.
Okay.
Okay.
The other three are the places where we don't have any clue where to go in those areas either. You know? We know kind of where to go in Tayug.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Sending. I'm gonna say, Clovis, does the king have you? If yes, go away. If no, meet us in Thorpe in what is time?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I'd say 3. I'd say 3.
Well,
3
he can wait. He can wait there.
You can wait. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, I lost count.
I'd rather-
I was counting.
I like to think that all that came in like somebody talking in the background of a telephone call.
Like, I'd rather him wait for us than us have to wait for him. Personally.
Less observant with their security.
What do you mean? I'm fine.
Oh, good.
He's either under duress or he thinks we're the most freaky,
He's
paranoid
puzzled.
people.
To be fair, he's met me. He knows what to expect.
Okay, we'll wait for all of you.
We?
He said, "Will wait."
We'll
Oh.
wait, yeah.
Will as in he will wait, or will as in we will?
I'll wait.
Sorry.
We'll wait. Y'all.
Paranoia.
I will wait. I will wait.
Yeah, well, paranoia. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think there's nothing else to say, so
Traveling.
this city is huge. Okay, he agrees to wait for you in Torpe, right? Oh, so he says,
And a couple.
I'll wait. Actually, he completes saying, I'll wait. In a. Let me see. Let me check my notes real quick.
Do we want to tell him to just meet us back at the temple? That's a location that not everybody knows about. Just tell him.
Yeah, because Torpe doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
There's Pompeii refugee camps.
I'll,
Like,
I'll wait in a hamlet near Torpe.
we can iron out specifics when we get closer to that point in our lives.
He is going to
Yeah,
be
and
in
I
a
can-
hammock near Torpe.
A hammock.
That's what he said.
Okay.
Seems legit.
Onward.
Onward.
Okay, so as you continue on with your path, I want you all to roll a d10 for me.
I'm gonna do bad at this.
Natural.
4.
Ooh,
Hey, not a 1 or a 10.
real close.
3.
Okay. Yeah. No heavens nor hell.
good.
You travel. You only spend after this long rest. You only spend the the spell slot, right, for sending.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a third level spell, right?
Yep.
Okay. Can I say that you spend the next few days traveling and you're not exhausted or anything, but you won't receive any more long rests for now?
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. So that's what happens. Uh,
We'll just say for like narrative sake, I just keep spam sending people every day just one random message. I'm just like, hey, how's it going? Just random people that I've met throughout my time above ground.
Star is a
Take Dar's
menace.
phone away.
No, this is wonderful.
It's messaging dead people.
Just what you doing? Any pretty flowers?
Sending
where
a
you
message
are?
to sending a message to the king.
yeah. I was-
Actually,
By
we
the time
haven't
we
heard
get back
from
to Thor-
Rhaenys,
or-
right?
Ooh.
We
haven't.
haven't, no. Or the sisters.
Yeah, those might be good uses of the sendings.
Yeah. Or, just keep being Dara and making everybody in Mondstadt almost paranoid, so by the time we get back, they're all, like, not trusting anyone.
But I feel like depending on how much time we had, like I would have messaged Tagger, I would have messaged Rainey's, I would have messaged one of the Turtle sisters. I probably would have messaged like the little kid that was possessed and been like, "Look, I'm in your head too now, but I'm not a demon." And just like things like that.
Okay, perfect. But as for any more hindrances to your path, you find none. You continue on traveling normally. Eventually, for the next. So here's the thing. I'm not real good. I'm not good with real life distance or geography or anything. So I want to say you spend the next like 3 to 4 days traveling, especially because you're in this very irregular terrain in this mountainous region. So that is how long it takes for you to reach a a wall with a gate on it that seems to that for all of you know that it represents the frontier between the two realms. Although Guazhou is a realm as you expected, one to be ruled by a king with many different cities and towns, Tayug is different. Tayug's more of the nominative to a region that it's mostly inhabited by beasts and eventual monsters adapted to its uh, very uh, very unfitted ambient to the mortals, to the normal humanoid beings to adapt to. That being said, it is still a region that needs to have walls to separate it from the on quotation marks civilized world, right? So that is exactly what you see here. You see that alongside guards on with many balestras and holding spears on their hands, that you know you have to either pass through silently or talk to. You don't see too many reasons to have them prohibit your passage, because there isn't really any reason to. They're just there to protect from the other side, right? Attackers and
Nalarian soldiers.
Yeah.
They're Nalarian soldiers, right?
But they're not exactly.
Okay. Do we?
Wild chance, do I recognize any of them?
Roll
Oh, wait.
luck dice. Call odds or even and roll any dice.
Odds. It's an 11.
Okay.
What?
So Ned, you do actually recognize one of them. It's your good old friend. Let me see here. Not this one. Not this one. I have some. Okay, so there's this thing that we did a while back when you spent some downtime in Mons Domus, and I asked you to each.
Oh yeah, I don't remember his fucking name. Shit.
Yeah. I have. Yeah. For some reason, your friend, your good friend
Donald.
is has.
Poof.
You think something happened because he once was a king's guard. Now, and you both judging by your military knowledge and the common sense, a guard that has been posted out here in the middle of nowhere probably is either a newbie or is being punished for something.
I'm
demoted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the assumption that I am not gonna be. He's not gonna be too terribly excited to see me. Is the vibe I'm getting.
Yeah. I mean, how tall is the thing? The wall?
Oof, I would say that it's 50 feet tall.
Do we want to do the invisible rabbit trick?
Or I could invisible Blythe and spider climb.
Or we could just talk to them. Why wouldn't they let us in?
Well, they're from Mons Domos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the news of what we've done has reached them, which is, I give it like a coin toss. If they have like carrier pigeons or simply a sending spell, which you guys kinda abused in the in the last days, they would know, and there's probably wanted posters of us in the guardhouse.
We don't know that they know that it was us, though.
We don't know.
I point at Donald and be like, I'm going to be 100% honest. That man is probably going to kick my ass if he sees me, if he's out here. Because he used to be guarding the king's palace, and now he's out here in the middle of buttfuck nowhere. So, like, I'm going to assume that regardless of what they know, if he sees me, we're going to have problems.
Well. Wait, counterpoint. What if we gave Ned the hat and he was someone else needing to go through to Tayug?
Why not?
But this might also be a good opportunity to find out if they're actually looking for us. Right? Like, we don't know that we're actually on the run yet. How many guards do I see?
She's not wrong.
Yeah, you see at least 6 guards on this.
Okay, so, if they do know about us, we just kill them.
But, like, we're about to head into a really rough terrain. Who knows the next time we're going to get to rest?
Well, I can help us rest pretty much anywhere safely.
Yeah, plus I'm
above
not
board.
exactly keen on killing some
I'm-
people who are just doing their job.
Yeah, I'm
Above board,
not
Ariel. Above the table, Ariel said we wouldn't get any more long rests after this.
At least for now.
For now.
regardless of how mad Donald is at me, I'm not terribly thrilled at the idea of murdering him.
I mean, the only downside of us, because I don't want to. I'm fine spending a spell for spider climb. It's a second level spell. That impacts my spell ability a lot less than it impacts Vita's to fly.
So here's an option I might have. I like the idea of me throwing on the hat. I can try and lift some information off of them. I can do detect thoughts a whole lot sneakier than I used to. It's something that I've been working on. I can throw the hat on, see if I can get any information from them on our way through, see if we can get that info off of them.
Only thing is, we only have 10, or what? How long in the bag? If all 4 of us are in it?
Like 2.5 minutes.
Couple minutes. Yeah.
But I think it's important that we use this opportunity to find out what they actually know about us, because they might not even know that it was us that took the jewel.
So maybe we stay back and let Ned talk, and then go from there.
I think that's a good idea.
I'm okay with that.
Let's do it.
Work.
We should be in like somewhat of a distance where if shit goes down, we're close-ish, but most of us can move pretty fast.
I'll go over to Urist and pull the hat out of the bag and toss it to Ned, because I haven't been wearing it.
Yeah.
So do I go with one of my existing aliases or come up with a new one?
I suggest you come up with a new one. Throw them off the trail.
Ned is going to don the hat. You see, he grows about a foot until he's about dwarf size, and he kind of plumps out. His beard gets a lot bigger, and he goes, "Oh yes, my name is Murnus T. Ironfoot. I'm just a merchant here to peddle my wares, and I'm going to see if I can get through. I have a lead on some missing on some mysterious eggs here in Tayug that might fetch a pretty penny. What do you think? What do you think? How does that sound?"
I love it.
I hate it, but it's perfect.
Sweet. If Blythe hates it, it's guaranteed to work.
It's repulsive.
All right. So Murnus T. Ironfoot is going to walk up to the gate.
Halt! Who goes there?
The name is Murnus T. Ironfoot. I am a purveyor and peddler of fine magical creatures. How do you do today, sir?
It's a day as any other.
I was wondering if I could get through on the way, but if I could perhaps take a chance to talk your ear off on the local gossip and whatnot. And while we're talking, I'm going to subtle spell cast to detect thoughts on myself to try and get a read on these guys' brains. I'm going to focus on Donald to see what information I can get.
Okay, yeah, Donald is looking at you, but there is a nameless guard who is talking to you right now, okay?
Okay. I'll focus on the nameless guard.
Okay. He says out loud, "State your business." But okay, so you're using detect thoughts. You don't need to. I don't have a save, right? You can
Only if I press deeper. As it stands right now, I am just getting passive thoughts. However, I can steer their surface thoughts based with conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
And while I'm doing this, I'm also telepathically linked back with Blythe and relaying all of this telepathically as well.
So, as you say that, the guard asks you to state your business, and he is thinking, "Gotta keep my eyes open. so nervous. This is my first time doing this. Hopefully the boss will find it all right.
Oh,
We just put some.
well, if you want to know my business, friend, I've recently purchased come by a bit of a lead regarding, how do you say, some eggs of some alchemical renown that I'd like to obtain for sale back in Mons Domus. Tell me, friend, are you familiar with the basilisk?
He's I remember someone. I remember that from when I was training. But he says, "No, you can enlighten me, friend."
A basilisk is a most peculiar little reptile. It is capable of turning anybody who makes eye contact with it to stone. However, its eggs are famed in a poultice that is said to increase the battle prowess and mental strategizing of one. It's my hope that if I could obtain some, I might be able to sell them to an enterprising young general back in Mons Domus in prepare of our new king's glorious war.
He says, he thinks first, "Oh, damn it, I hate these smartasses." But he says, well, let's go straight to the point. We need to traverse the Tayug. You know the dangers that we will find.
I do, yes, and I believe you'll find that I'm no one of ill repute. I'm certain that there's nobody you're looking for out on these paths, are you? There's nobody you've been made aware to be on the lookout for, is there? I'm not in any trouble, am I?
Okay. He thinks. Let me see. He says to you out loud, "No, of course not. We're just here to protect the frontier from monsters and the occasional goblins."
I can definitely understand that. What am I getting out of his brain?
Yeah, but on
Tell
his-
me his thoughts.
But on his brain, he says, "Well, I don't have to. I have to keep my eye out. If he is one of the ones that we're looking for, he will probably be affected by the spell once he passes through the gate." And with that he says, "Okay then, friend, you may pass," and the gate opens.
On second thought, I'm gonna start slapping my fingers. I dare say I seem to have left my coin purse back at my camp. If you'll pardon me a moment, I must go back and fetch it. You never leave gold lying around in a place such as this, eh, friend?
Okay. I know you're a bard and all, but make us a deception check.
That's fair.
I was waiting for you to make me make one.
I should have given you enhance ability.
Alright.
That is an 8, but it's still a 19.
Yeah. Let me roll my insight. Oh, I rolled d20. It's not supposed to be that low.
I mean, it's fine if it is.
That's what I rolled. But yeah, he didn't. Okay, he thinks for a while. Wow, damn it! I wanted to see that spell in action, but he says, "Okay, whenever you're ready, we'll open the gate for you."
Aye, friend. It's been a pleasure meeting you all, you young lads. And he's gonna turn and walk away. And as soon as I'm out of eyeshot, I drop the Murnus impression and go back to Ned. I like him. I'm gonna have to remember him. He was fun.
Damn, you sounded just like Uncle Sven. Gave me the shivers.
So we know that they're looking for us, and they probably have some kind of magic thing that'll nullify our magic.
Yes.
Yeah. So can't go
Like an
over
anti-magic. What? Wait. So Ariel, question about the mountains to the side of the fence
Uh-huh.
gate. Are they like scalable?
Yeah, they seem to be more difficult than.
With spider climb.
Yeah, spider climb is your obvious solution. Spider climb will do the trick. But if
I
you were
have-
to go through,
I have
through
I have
athletics-
fog cloud that might provide us some cover for you to spider climb over.
Well, make me invisible.
I wonder if we could use a detect magic to see
Oh,
if there's
yeah.
like a radius area of effect, or if we can identify what the spell is, and maybe if it's something that we can just dispel.
Yeah. I like that too. I can ritually cast detect magic. How close do I need to be? How close do I need to be?
30 feet.
30 feet, okay. So I would need to be invisible.
I can give you the invisible. I can give you. Well, hang on.
If I want to use it for spider climb, I don't want to use it right now.
Is spider climb concentration?
Yes, and also, as soon as I cast it, detect magic, the invisibility will go away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So maybe not that move then. Hold on. No snapping.
Can you detect thoughts and then see it through Daisy?
I don't have detect thoughts.
No, like detect magic, and then like, can you detect it through Daisy using Daisy senses?
Not as a ritual cast, no. Not because of Daisy, I can only do it. Like I have to be within 30 feet of it. The spell has to be within 30 feet.
How long do you need to cast it?
10 minutes.
Oh, I can make a distraction, but not for that long.
I mean,
I would be dead.
if I try and hide in this bush,
Well, maybe we're
If I try-
overthinking. Are they looking for all of us or just one person? Sorry.
if I hide,
They said-
if I
they
hide
said-
in this bush, I'm 30 feet away. 30 feet away. I don't have the best stealth, but it's not the worst either.
I can make you a little more stealthy. Make it easier for you to stealth. Feel more dexterous.
I like that. Let's do that. I don't know very quickly whether or not they see me before I even cast the spell. To be
I mean, there
honest.
are only 6 of them.
We could take them if we had to.
Yeah.
But if they're looking for a group of people, what if we just tried to go through individually?
Unless we
Well,
can
I
all
think-
be disguised, they probably. I got the distinct impression that like they're looking for us. It's us that they're looking for. It doesn't matter if we're all as a group or not.
Yeah.
And
Just a thought.
I think they might not like me very much, and if they do have some kind of magic whammy, I'm not going to be able to hide from them. And even if they're not looking for us, they might just arrest me if I'm alone.
Yeah. So, let's detect some magic. I'll try and stealth.
Okay. I will give her a kiss on the cheek and cast Enhance Ability on her.
And I'll guide myself.
Hey, Bardic.
I already have one. I didn't use the one
Yeah,
you
you
gave me
still
last.
have my Bardic.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, with that, I have advantage on stealth. I guidance and a bardic if I need it. I'm gonna try and stealth over to this tree to ritually cast detect magic or this bush.
Okay. You can do that as soon as you roll your stealthy stealth.
21 plus
start.
22. I'm gonna go ahead and use the bardic. So 27.
Yeah. Yeah, not even on a 20. Perfect. You are stealthed. And you cast detect magic, right?
Yep.
Okay, so there is an area. It seems to be focused on the gate, but it's a 60. Wow, it's huge actually.
Jesus, 60-foot radius?
Is it a radius? Let me double check. Can have a radius up to 60 feet. Oh yeah, okay, so
Good
let's say that
grief.
you didn't came as close, otherwise you would have to make a save. So Blythe, can you check for detect magic?
I can show you what the spell is. One sec. Where are you? There we go.
Wow. 30 feet of you, yeah. 60 feet radius. It's
Wild.
effing huge.
But
yeah.
if she casted it back here and then moved up, she would still see the area of effect, right?
No, I would just see that. I would just see that there's magic. I would learn the school of magic, and anything within 30 feet of me that's covered by the magic.
But that's what I'm saying, right? Like if you had casted it and then stealthed up, you would see it before you
Yeah, but I
got
think
to it.
Yeah. But I wouldn't know how much it covers. But if it's reaching me all the way back here, I could surmise that it's pretty fucking big.
It's pretty fucking big.
Right.
That's a good. Okay, and you know the school of the magic, right? Of the spell.
Yes.
So you know it's a very large evocation aura.
Evocation. Okay. Could I roll an Arcana check to see if I could make a best guess of what it might be, or like
You
something
can
more?
either roll for me a 25 DC Arcana check, or you can roll a 20 religion check.
Well, I have a +9 to Arcana, so that's probably the better route, I would say. Even. Religion. Yeah, we have a +3 to religion, so. I don't have advantage on this. No. Natural 1. Never mind. Worth a shot. Worth a shot.
Worth.
Can I give the help?
You're proficient in Arcana?
I jack of all trades.
Nita can help.
That's proficient in Arcana.
Okay, anyone that's proficient, you can roll again. Like.
28.
Oh no, okay. It seems to you, Blythe, that shows how well versed you're becoming on the arcane arts, that you are able to recognize such a high-leveled divine spell, a high-level cleric specifically spell called
Oh shit! Is this?
Hallow.
It is Hallow. Ooh.
And yes,
Skill experts paying off, baby. Take that feat.
Yep.
and I
Yeah.
and I will say this right now, so you don't plan based
Yeah.
on false assumptions. It is a modified version of Hallow. That.
So I would assume that maybe we're the target, not the celestials, elements, fiends, undead.
Thanks. And maybe
Okay.
Maybe the effect. Who knows?
Okay. Mm. So, so not great. Um. Hmm. Well. I can. So it's like massive. Holy crap. Um. Like.
I still think spider climb might be our best bet.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
how long is it going to take her to spider climb around that big of a radius with all
It
of
would-
us in the bag?
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
thought is.
We could just try walking up and see what happens.
Or do we
Worst
want to
comes to
fly?
worst.
But can we walk up?
This is half
So-
of the size of it.
I mean,
Hey Ariel, what weapons did you say? Do we want to try and use fog cloud to just blind them and we fucking book it through?
We can't enter it. Like we're prevented from entering it.
we won't know if we don't try.
True.
Well, that's the whole spell, though. Is like we cannot enter the area.
So that is not what the effect of Hallow does, I don't think.
He said it's modified. So instead
Oh,
of
it's
being
modified.
celestial, it's instead of being celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undeads not being able to enter the area, it's set for us.
Or are we just being paranoid and it's not meant for us at all? That's what I'm wondering. Like, that's why I'm wondering if we just walk up and try and go through, see what happens.
I'm down for that.
Do we?
Dara is.
I have plant growth that might slow them down with the wood they've got there.
Okay, actually, Ariel, knowing all of that, would Ned have been able to walk up in the first place then? Or did that not happen?
Okay. Yeah. To not retcon anything. Let's say that Ned stood before the range of the spell while talking to the guy.
Ned just shouted really loud. Yes, my friend.
I mean, it is magic. It can be dispelled.
That's what I'm wondering. Do we just try to dispel it?
But
Fuck
it's
it.
a pretty powerful spell. It's a 5th level spell.
You're a pretty powerful witch. You're a pretty powerful witch, Blythe.
I don't have dispel magic yet.
I do.
Don't.
Mm-mm. So,
You're a pretty powerful cleric, Dara.
I can try
mean,
it.
worst that happens is it doesn't work.
I can throw a bardic. Blythe can throw guidance on it.
And pray. I mean, I think
Dara,
it's
Dara, can you enhance yourself? It's an ability
No.
check.
no, you can't. It has to be another person. Yeah.
I mean, I can do it on myself. I just don't know. It is an ability check, and dispel
It is an
magic
ability
is not.
check.
And a dispel magic isn't concentration.
If we're not gonna be able to rest again soon, I don't want to blow all of our stuff right now, do we?
Well, that's
I mean, I
the
guess
thing. It will blow my last 3rd level spell slot.
Didn't we take a long rest? Didn't you have all your 3rd levels back?
Sending.
Yeah. And then I sent message to Clovis and half of the rest of the continent. So I can dispel it, but
I just don't know
that'll-
how we. I don't know how we get up there otherwise.
I don't know. I can't
Unless-
see another way
unless-
through either.
Unless we fly 60 feet up and over it.
I can do that if we need to easily. It's not a problem.
That might be the better route.
Yeah, we
I
can
just
default
don't-
back to Invisible Bunny.
Do we know that it only goes 30 feet high? Because my understanding was that it affected the ground, and so that included aerial assaults. But I could be misunderstanding.
Right. Is it a 60-foot sphere, or is it like...
Yeah. Maybe.
So I'm trying not to metagame with this, but I also know how this spell works because I used this for another game in the past.
I don't... I think that's probably pushing
Yeah,
what I got off of an Arcana check, to be honest.
yeah.
Without it being a spell I have.
Do we
or even
wanna-
Okay. We want to go. Okay. Options: straight through, fly over. What else?
fly over the
Spell.
mountainside,
Okay, so
like
fly over,
sidestep it.
walk right up to the gate and try and go through. Dispel magic.
Find another route.
Find another route.
Ariel, like, are we able to kind of like? Would I be able to see where it starts? I guess
The spell?
the hollow. Yeah.
Yeah, the central point is the gate itself.
So it's 60 feet out from that. Okay. All right.
Would you be able to see how high it goes with the detect magic spell?
You
Only up to 30
No.
feet from me.
Oh yeah.
Only from
Yeah.
30 feet from me. Yeah.
Well,
Jesus.
why don't we try Air Bunny, and then if that doesn't work, then I will try to dispel it.
Yeah.
Um.
Vito, why don't you try and take a quick jaunt over?
Yeah, because spider climb won't even help me because I can't get far away enough from it.
Okay, so Vita's gonna move off map, out of sight of the guards. Let's say 20 feet outside. Fire up the boots and take to the air, heading this-ish way, like trying to get through that area, trying to pass over that.
Do we want to make her invisible first?
Up to you guys.
We need to save Ned's invisibility.
My invisibility will actually probably be the easiest to get back because I don't need a long rest. It just needs to be dawn again.
Yeah.
But if for some reason I need to be invisible with a spider climb, I can't do both on myself.
Oh, I can also dimension door
Oh,
with the bag.
let's do that.
Oh shit!
Let's do that because you have the cloak
Oh,
with the dimension dooring. Yes, let's do
Oh
that.
shit!
If only we remembered that earlier.
We're providing what the viewers of this stream really want. 20 minutes of us navel gazing before remembering a magic item.
That was the most D&D live play thing that's ever happened of us, I think.
That's
I'm-
D&D we-
Devonlynne knew about it the whole time. She was just, really playing into Dara.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've got to figure out a way past this door 30 minutes later. Oh wait, I have the key.
It was open!
Yeah. Well, let's all climb in the bag.
Mhm.
So before we do that, I'm gonna try and climb one of the trees to get a really good look as far over onto the other side as I can, so that I can pick a spot to aim for.
Perfect. You have to dimension art is on eyesight. You have to.
No, it just you can just pick a I guess I can just go. Yeah, I'll just go 200 feet on the other side of the door. Or on the other side of where we are,
Okay.
or 300 feet. Yeah.
To start within range, you arrive at exactly the spot desired. It can be a place you can see, one you can visualize, or one you can describe by stating distance and direction, such as 200 feet straight downward or upward to the northwest. Okay. You can bring along objects as long as their weight doesn't exceed what you can carry. You can also bring one willing creature of your size or smaller who is carrying up to the guard capacity. Okay, yeah, bag of holding is so fucking broke for situations like these.
I know. We're gonna lose our fucking bag of holding. Not careful.
I'll just make more.
That's right. That is your whole class benefit, is making cool stuff like this.
Can I be a jerk and say that you just take the 46 damage and fail? Well, just kidding.
Well, if that's the case, we just
No.
charge the gate and kill them all.
Well, you get to feel gratified that we wasted a bunch of spell slots we didn't need to waste.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, and like 10
boned.
minutes.
Yeah.
And I like to think the whole time that we're discussing all of this, Dara is sitting on the ground playing with her cloak,
Absolutely.
and then goes, "Wait,
Absolutely.
That was amazing.
Wow.
Oy,
Such
oy,
D&D. Very wow.
oy. Anyways, on the other side of the gate.
Okay, so, yeah, it's a range of 500. Okay.
mm-hmm.
So, after much deliberation, much strategic endeavors, you all decided that the best course of action is to hop on the magical bag that magically fits you all inside of it. And then, even though you cannot breathe for much longer, you only need mere seconds. That way, Dara, using her newfound toy that you found on the dungeons of the King's Keep, can just picture a imaginative spot some hundreds of feet away from where you currently are, and just like that, you are all teleported to the territory, to the zone that is Tayug. You are now in a different landscape. As you go one by one, hopping out of the bag of holding, you all start to breathe a different air. The air is smelly at first. You would say that to the most weak, let's say, of you, you could even call it nauseating, sickening. But at least for now, it doesn't impose any maledictions towards you. It's only unpleasant.
Oh god, we're in Florida.
Oh god.
We must
I
go.
wanna
This
get back
place
on
is
board.
foul. This place is full of foul magic.
The
God, it's the Lich King Ron DeSantis.
the temperature
Roan DeSantis.
the temperature also shifts as you travel so many feet away. It's hotter here than it was back there, but also the air is much more wet, you would say. You start to sweat and feel overall more wetter than you were before. As you take your first steps on Tayug, you also feel as if the ground much more muddier than before. And finally, you hear sounds of many distinctive creatures. You can hear frogs, you can hear the buzzing sound of mosquitoes, and many other unpleasant sounds as you finally realize you're on one of the most hated places on this continent.
Definitely Florida.
Or the Philippines.
How long have we been traveling
God.
when we got here?
God, we're in Houston.
How long have we been traveling when we get here for the day?
Since you left Mos Domus or since we started the session?
Do we have any sense? God, we should have asked for directions before they knew we were a fake. Because now we have to make it to Alma Mater. I have no idea where we're going. Yeah. Is there any indication of like a pathway, a road, like signage, anything like that?
Yeah. Other than divination spells, you still have no idea how you will find it, because Lord Dump Time, from what you could gather of information from many sources, from Malmor, from maybe on the tomes of from the library of Libby, the Alma Mater functions as a kind of a secret organization, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's one that it's supposedly opened only to Elvenkind. So you know that they gather somewhere, probably a mage tower, maybe some cave or some other structure.
Okay.
But you could find no evidence of a clear path or a map or anything that could be a clear indicative. So
Well, makes sense.
you will either have to explore or talk to the locals or
Huh?
no. Unless you have anything like you said clairvoyance or
I do not
Yeah, but
have
I don't-
clairvoyance. That is correct.
I do, but I don't have it prepared.
And I don't know that like we even have enough information because it's still only a mile. So maybe we just kind of try and find some kind of path, like road or civilization or people or something to get our bearings.
Yes.
Like
I think
just
our
generally,
priority
Just
would be
follow
like
the road.
yeah.
find a village or hamlet or whatever passes
And-
for civilization in this swamp.
Generally, just head north.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Onwards.
So are the people here, like, is this owned by Nalaria too?
Okay, so do you want to make a history check? You would have. I can even give you advantage, Dara, to see how much
Oh.
you know.
12.
It could have been much worse.
Yeah.
Yes.
This territory is not even disputed by anyone.
No one wants it.
Yeah.
What's it?
You have a
Okay, so we can talk to people at least.
Yeah, you have a faint memory, or maybe. Anyways, you're not so sure about it, but you seem to think that this place wasn't like this since the beginning. It seems to you that something happened to it, probably way before the arrival of the Nalarians. Maybe even have to do with but you're not so sure. Okay,
Hmm.
and you know, although the general assumption of what a civilization is, what civilized folk are, by the Larian standards, you know, there are hamlets, as you said. There are mostly tribes of intelligent creatures, but they do their own thing. They're not related to the Nilarians in any shape or form. What you can expect to find is maybe the occasional treasure hunter, maybe an outlaw running from the law, maybe someone that you send it here, maybe a whole army of a whole battalion of Nilarian army men.
Oops.
Well, I think we just start exploring and see what we can find.
Yeah. I think looking for people, looking for pathways to people as we go, but generally heading north.
Okay. Head north, you do. And the landscape continues the same, but each time growing in all directions. The smell becomes stronger, the warmth becomes higher, and you see more and more this very exotic fauna and flora from this region that is separated from the rest of the continent. Eventually, you finally reach what you can call a swamp, right? In the as in a bog of ways, and from afar at least, it looks like that it has a structure, probably a house, you would say. It's made out of wood, and you see that there is a fire lit inside it, but it's just a long shack in the middle of nowhere. What do you do?
Should I go knock on the door?
I don't think being stealthy is a good move here. I think that's how you end up shot.
Yes.
I think we go in with hands up and say hello.
Yeah, maybe we can get directions. Like
Maybe Ned and I go talk.
Sure.
I do the talk good.
Yeah. You and I talk well to people. Sometimes.
Okay. We'll back you up.
Okay.
Well, you look like you're about to cry. Please don't cry.
I'm not crying. It's so wet here.
Sorry.
So.
Well, at least you're not in full armor.
Yeah, thank God. Yeah, Blythe clearly has like all of her hair just piled on top of her head and looks like she's never felt humidity like this in her life. Ever. Very displeased.
Ned is full like hobbit barefoot, just kind of hopping through this. Like it's pretty gross, but you know I've walked in worse.
And I think we approach trying to we are not trying to be stealthy, we are trying to make them aware, like we do not want to sneak up on the bear, basically. And so I can say hello as we approach.
Okay. As you do, let me put you on the map here real quick.
Oh, there's a map. That's fine.
Oh,
Yeah, it's fine, we're fine, everything's fine.
Is it the same day or is it the next day?
it is the same day.
Okay.
and it's somewhere in the afternoon. As you can see here, although this is a battle map, you have no trouble reaching the house, the structure in the center of the map. Okay. The door is closed but unlocked. So if you knock on the door or if you open just a little bit, you find no one inside. Or
Nobody
if you
inside.
knock on it, you hear no noise.
I'd like to investigate, like, do I see signs of people coming and going? Do I see, like, any signs of a struggle? Like just investigate the entry area, like the outside of the door and all of that, the area around.
I want to make a perception check to see if I see anybody like out and about outside the place.
Okay, you can go ahead and
24 investigation.
19 perception.
wow, okay. So, perception. You see that there are signs of there are footsteps on the mud. There are clear signs of that this place is belongs to someone, right? And as for your investigation, Blythe, that you did a little bit better, you seem to take a look. You're looking inside the house, right?
In the windows, looking, like, I'm not walking in the house, but I'm looking at the door, in the windows, like, basically trying to see, like, does everything seem good here, or is it, like, are they, like...
Are they gonna eat us?
Yeah.
Okay, so although it is very once again quotation marks human-like place, you seem to find some odds and ends that are a bit weird to you. So the shape of some how could you say, some normal day-to-day utensils that you can see through the window, it's a little bit different, right? So it seems to indicate to you that whoever lives here is not doesn't hail from Nelarian culture or any other culture that you know of. On top of that, you also find that the amount of ingredients, materials, and tools scattered through most of the house seem to indicate that whoever lives
Yeah.
here,
Yeah, it's pretty kitty.
it's adept at the arts of alchemy, potion making,
Okay.
life studies.
I think, even though my staff's not my focus anymore, I still have it. So I'm gonna, like, let it kind of push the door open in front of me and, like, kind of check inside, see if I see anything or anyone at all.
Okay, so you wait to see if anyone shows up before you go breaking it up.
Reacts, reacts to, like, me like nudging the door open with the staff and all of that.